Hi, welcome to the latest in the series of short videos about Irish records in connection with the website Irish Ancestors. Today, I'm going to be talking about Irish forenames, first names. First of all, about using them to identify localities, family home places, in other words, forenames that are a bit distinctive to particular areas. And then I'm going to talk about some peculiar habits, customs that came into fashion in mid 20th century Ireland that might get in your way. So let's go to the site and jump off from there. Here we are. The place I'm going to start off from is in the surname section where we have the forenames. Okay, not very rational, but there you go. These are Irish forenames. These are all based on names recorded in Irish birth records 1863, 1864 to 1913. Okay, there are a few that are very distinctive, very localized. For example, let's go to Geo Gobnet. Okay, Gobnet. Gobnet, there you are. 13 of them in Carsaveen. So South Kerry, and there are various, as you can see, Gobinet. One of the things I haven't done, so Carsaveen, Galway, Killarney. Well, how did he get to Galway? One of the differences with the surnames is that there isn't a variance table applied to these. So you just have to use there are wildcards, you can search on wildcards and so on, but you're going to have to use your common sense. So one in Carsaveen, you can see very much where they are connected to. Okay, rather than going in through that, I'm going to take shortcuts. I'm going to talk about a few other ones. So Sabina is another one. It's very closely associated with Western Connacht. You can see it there. See all so if you have an ancestor with the surname, with the forename Sabina coming up, you can see where it's likeliest to occur. Felix. See where the Felixes come? You can see Felix very, very strongly associated with Eastern Ulster. Terence, Teorence, Terence, South Ulster, from Sligo all the way across to Louth. Okay, again, there's scatterings of them everywhere. This is circumstantial evidence. This is not a slam dunk by any manner of means. Let me just pick some other ones that to my ears, having done the research for years. Cornelius, and you can see you are not going to find a Cornelius in North Antrim. They are all in Munster, and it's well down south. Okay, Jeremiah. Whoops, that's not Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Again, South Munster. So I mean, one of the reasons I started doing this with forenames is that after you do research for a certain amount of time, particular names sound as though they come from particular areas. Okay, so this is a way of actually putting some evidence behind that reflex. Let me pick a few unusual ones. Alexander, Ulster, no doubt. Ulster with a very strong scattering in Dublin and Cork and the urban areas. But you can see the Ulster Scot heritage in Alexander. Alexander is a classic Scottish name. So it's very strong in Ulster and with a good smattering, as I said. Let's try Herbert. Herbert, an unusual, again, Belfast, Dublin, Cork, urban names. And if you're Herbert married an Ethel, they're almost certainly from Belfast, Dublin, or Cork. I mean, obviously there are some forenames that are just too common to do this with, and I've just blocked those out. So there's a full list of the hyper common forenames in the blog post. So there's the most common Irish forenames, the top 37 of them, and those are all blocked. I've given other examples here. So Kieran, There are Kilkenny, almost all of them. And there is a distinction between the spellings. So Kieran, K-I-E-R-A-N, is very much more to the north and west. K-Y-R-N, very much to the south and east. But they're all in that Midlands area. Okay, I hope I've given some food for thought at the very least here. If the vast majority of your Irish ancestors are going to be called, God help them, Patrick, Michael, John, Catherine, Mary, Bridget. But now and then you get a sprinkling of an odd one, and an odd one recurring in a family, and they can be a clue. If you're struggling to identify a location, they can be a clue, as I hope I've shown here. Okay, the other part of the story with forenames is something that I noticed happening in my own family. I noticed a friend of mine who is called Jonathan was actually registered as Michael Jonathan. Why did they do that? Just to hide him from future genealogists. And then I started looking at my own family. And there are lots and lots of examples of this where people are registered with one name and the actual name they're known by in the family is the second name. So for example, here's a group of Devans born, this is classic, the time period as well, the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s. So this lady here, Catherine C.M. Devan, that C is a Carmel, and she was known for her entire life as Carmel, even though her given name was Catherine. So the same with the other, there's Oliver and there's Mary. So you need to, if you're looking for people whose births were registered in Ireland in the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, you need to keep this peculiarity in mind. The name they're appearing in the records might be different to the one that they have in the family. It's all part of life's rich tapestry and the wonderful glory and complexity that is Irish genealogy. And I wish you the very best of luck with it. Thank you for watching.